Right then, here we are. This is the brake switch, so that's the brake pedal moving. The switch is here. This is the switch body. Trying to keep your fingers out of the way of the camera. The switch is a simple momentary action switch. When you press it in, it's not connected. When it comes out, it's connected. You can sometimes get this to work by wiggling that. If both brake lights go off at once, it's likely to be a switch. You can check it. It's fairly easy to get in and out. Right, so I'll show you how to take it out. But yeah, if you wiggle that and flick it, sometimes it'll let. Obviously, when your ignition's on, it'll allow the brake lights to come on. Right. So first things first, you've got to remove the electrics from the switch. So you just press that little clip, and the electrics come out. I'm probably getting in the way of the camera. And then you've got to undo this locking nut. The nut there is a captive nut. So you undo the locking nut, and then you have to turn the switch. Do it from each side. Hopefully you can see that. Don't take much. Now the new switch isn't quite the same, it's near enough. It's an OES switch, which means it's not the original manufacturer. This one comes with a slightly smaller nut. The one on the Bongo was a 17mm, I think. This is 14, yeah. This one is 14mm. So, in reverse, just put the switch in. What you need to do is press the brake pedal and watch. Electrics are in the way a little. Right, that should about do it. We'll just turn. Turn it so then we can actually see the clip. I'm going to back it off a turn, because you want to ensure that the pedal has full play and isn't restricted by the switch. So that looks about right. So then it's a case of locking that on. So just hold the switch. I can't see what I'm doing here really. There we go. Right, that's just about nipped it up, so then hold this and then just nip it on. Find the electrics connector, and that just clips back in. It'll be easier if I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. That clips. Might need to bend that tab a little bit. Right, that's locked in. So then it's just a case of turning the ignition on. And Bob's your uncle. What you may need to do is just adjust your switch up and down until the lights go on and off. But that's okay, that's about the right position. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. A couple of things I should have mentioned. The switches themselves aren't really that serviceable. They're not serviceable, basically. You can disassemble it by flipping these tabs up and the front will come off, but you still can't get into the switch. I did manage to by unsoldering that tag. I don't know if you can see. You can't see. Originally, like this one, there's a loop underneath the solder, which is actually the contact inside. So, but what I did, I desoldered it, and while the solder was still hot and wet, I bent the tab up, it broke off. So they're not serviceable. I did get it up and running again just by cleaning the contacts, but it's not really safe because it's only held in with solder, it's not held in with a mechanical joint as well. So it is safe, but your brake lights might fail again. So I bought a new switch. Edit that out. Right, the new switch itself isn't a Mazda Bongo switch. I don't know quite where I found it, but I found that it's the same as an MX-5 switch. The part number on this, B001, you can find in a Mazda 5 switch, B001. As you see, it's an OES switch. Perfect, works perfectly, the new switch. Just a hell of a lot cheaper. I think with postage it came to £10, whereas the Mazda Bongo switches I think we're starting at £20. That's before postage. Another thing to mention, what I should have gone through a bit better, was the adjustment of the switch. With your brake pedal up, the switch should be pressed in and your lights should be off. If your lights are off, then you need to undo your locking nut, screw it in a little bit more, so then when the foot pedal presses against it, it presses the pedal off, and then lock it up again. What you also need to do is ensure that the lights only just come on before your brakes are applied. So there's a bit of slack. There's about ½ inch of slack in the brake pedal, which as soon as you take that slack up, your brake lights should come on. Your brake lights should come on before you actually start braking. Because if they don't, if you just gently brake in, your brake lights might not come on. So yeah. So that's about it. I don't think there's any other pointers to give. Right, so like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.